Good Wednesday morning. This is 106.1 KYVZ. Visiting now with meteorologist Chris Sramek at Decision Weather and America's Weather Streaming Channel. Chris, another unseasonably warm day across the high plains.
Yeah, Joe, we've got quite a weather map out there this morning. We started talking about all this activity that's out in the Pacific earlier in the week. And as we move into the middle parts of the week, we're going to see that deluge of precipitation come in an atmospheric river. That's a new term that I've learned this winter, where you got plumes of moisture that are coming from the tropics up in the atmosphere, and then when they hit the California coast or the northwest coast, it just dumps all that transported moisture across the ocean into the Cascades and there along the coast in California. They can get upwards to 5 inches of rain at a time with that, and that's what causes the flooding and the real heavy snows up in the mountains. After we had this warm weather, so we are getting this Pacific influence this winter, and that's what's bringing the storm systems and the moisture and this up and down fluctuation in temperatures. We look back at some of those records, and we did see records that broken in snow and cold and warm in October, then again in November, December it's repeated itself, and now we're doing the same in January. And all this is because of that activity in the Pacific. So what this is going to do is we're going to warm up again today. We got that high pressure that's weakening over the mountains, and another area that's moved to the lower Mississippi Delta. That'll turn our winds to the southwest. We'll see them climb into the upper 60s, low 70s. That's right around records in most of our locations for this time of year. Overnight lows will continue to be right around that freezing or staying above. Again, very mild. We're generally down there in the teens this time of year. So we got that influence, and then that moisture is going to come onshore today in California and then go up into the mountains, and a low pressure will develop in the Four Corners region and then into southeast Colorado on Friday for Groundhog's Day. So you're going to see all that moisture come into the western slopes of Colorado with maybe 10 inches, a foot of snow. And then as that low pressure wraps in and out on Friday and Saturday, kind of going down southeast along the Red River in Oklahoma, that's going to pull Gulf moisture, and that Pacific moisture collides in the mountains out in Colorado. So we've got that Gulf moisture that's going to start developing snow Friday night, during the day on Saturday out in eastern Colorado, let's say from eastern Kit Carson County all the way to the foothills. And that's going to put another 10 inches or a foot of snow up in the mountains and on the foothills and the Palmer Divide and that area. And for us, that's going to pull the Gulf moisture in. We're going to see rain, probably pretty steady through the day Saturday into Sunday morning, as those temperatures keep hovering in the 40s and 50s and lows, just above freezing. So it'll keep that snow out in Colorado, and we could pick up a quarter, 3/4 of an inch of moisture. And then if you go east of Hayes, east of Harney, we're talking 1, 2, maybe 3 inches of moisture for those areas. And that's what we were talking about in our ag weather report is, a drought buster. This kind of storm systems will definitely make the change to the drought monitor map and our spring crops and heading into the summer. And we got not just this one, there's 2 more of them out there that are coming again, middle of next week on Thursday, and then towards that Super Bowl weekend. We're going to watch the tracks of them, see if any cold air gets pulled into them. And that way, there could be more snow. It does look like we're trending towards the middle of the month of that cold air coming back down. So we'll see how this all pans out here the next couple of weeks. And it's really an interesting weather map. If you can go to our YouTube channel, myweathernow.com. There's a video there of our meteorologists out on the West Coast in Las Vegas area talking about the atmospheric river, and that's really neat, learning how that all comes about. When I was in college, we didn't have that term, and now they classify those storms just like we do, kind of like the hurricanes, based on how much rain it'll dump in a short period of time.
Once again, that's meteorologist Chris Sramek at Decision Weather in Atwood, as well as America's Weather Streaming Channel. For KYVZ Radio, I'm Joe Vazurek.